Hello, Sheila. Good morning. Yeah, we finally got it rolling. I didn't have Jake was the one that got it hooked up last night, but I didn't have him here, so I had to figure it out. But we're back. You said afternoon. Oh yeah, it's afternoon over there though, huh? But yeah, afternoon, like because I'm late. It's funny. Hey, Clutch, my man, dude. All right, let me turn off this music. Turn off this music. I don't know where that music came from, but now when I hear it, I think of the show now. Like, do you think of that music now? It's weird, huh? How like when when you hear music, it's like you attach it to things, right? Like you'll hear a song and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, that just reminds me of back in the day, man, when I was over at whatever, someplace to eat lunch with my friends, or oh, this song man was playing at a party when I met so and so." Yeah, I do all that stuff. I do all that stuff. Yeah, it is weird though, right? Like, well, what about smells? Like sometimes I'll smell something and it'll take me back to a memory way in the past. I'd be like, that smells like like when I was at my house with my babysitter or something, or the garden or something, my friend's house or something, like I don't know if you am I making any sense? Stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just glad that like I was able to get to everybody yesterday, mostly everybody, and have a good talk with most people. And there's a couple of people I'm a little concerned about because either they're staying by themselves or have some things going on or need help doing a few things, right? And so like I'm concerned about some people, right? And it doesn't weigh on my heart really. I mean it does, um but it I wouldn't say it wears on me. It's like more like it's something that 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 I'm dealing with, right, by choice, right? Like it's out of love, like you think you're concerned for people, right? You're concerned for how they are. But I've learned that, and this is rough, right? And like this is gonna sound crazy, right? But like I finally learned that I don't have to do that for everybody, right? Like I don't have to feel bad when someone is doesn't want to be saved or doesn't want to hear about God or whatever. I don't need to feel terrible about that. But it feels bad, right? Like, but I guess it is my choice, right? God's reminding me that my feelings are my choice. If I feel bad for you, that's my choice. As I thought it was just something automatic that is just part of you, right? Michael says it seems this world is fine with whatever you do unless it's given the gospel. Who could be wrong for giving the gospel? Right, right. Well, I mean, think about this channel, right? Like, I mean, what are we really? Just a group of people, that talk about God and talk about truth, but none of us do any like crazy activism or anything that's going to change the world, right? As far as like physically go out there, right? Like they don't need to like they don't need to pick on us, right? And we have 2 strikes, and we have technical problems every day. And that's crazy, right? Like you don't go to like you're like, say, like these mainstream YouTube channels, right, where they just talk about everything crazy, right? Like they don't have technical problems like we do. I mean, last night I was able to make shows, right? So I was able to make shows for the future, right? Like, so it made like 3 shows, right? On accident, because I just kept making shows trying to get into a show. But then it would only show that there's one show out there. And then when you try to go in the show, you can't go in there. But you can give a link and then go in there. And then you could go in on your own link, but you're not in there to let you on the board, Just crazy, right? You would think that by now, after a year of doing 2 shows a day for a year, and more and more before that, but this, the bulk of it was this last year. You would think I would have this under control, right? This just going live for 45 minutes should be an easy process technologically, I think. I don't think it should be any kind of issue like that. Hey, what's up, Faith? What's going on, Cold Springs? Clutch. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they can't hold us back, but I mean, come on, man. These people are crazy, man. How are you going to give strikes to somebody? I'm just nice, man. And everyone in here is so nice. And only once in a while people like blow up and get mad or whatever and curse, but I see them cursing over on their channels all the time, and they're allowed to do it. And as soon as I say any, it's almost like I can't even give any advice to anybody, because you can always attach some kind of medical thing to it, Did you ever think that I would be like accused of propaganda? How long do you think it's been, Deb? Because this is what's crazy, right? I was leaving a message for this guy, one of my favorite people, Unbelievable Productions, and I don't know what happened to him, but I was leaving a message for him, and I saw a message from Faith on that video that was 6 months old, and I didn't think I've known her that long. So we've known Faith longer than 6 months. So think about, we were doing 2 shows a day ever since she's been here. No, I think I met you but way before that, 6 months ago. Oh yeah, maybe, because you came with like you came with that crowd, even though you're not in that crowd. Well, maybe it's like 6 or 7 months. I don't know. Okay, well then, thank you, Deb, for the correction. For the past 6 months, I've been doing 2 shows a day. You would think that I would have it under control by now. Or, you would think that technology would be easy enough to do to where I would have no problems with like microphone issues or being kicked off the internet or having to leave and come back. It's pretty odd, man. I mean, I guess it goes a little better when when it's just me. And yeah, isn't that crazy, Faith? I can't believe that. Like, I can't believe I've known you 6 months. That's crazy to me. I think it's really longer than that, because I really think I've met Deb and all of them, I think, I want to say like last May. Hey, what's up, homeless in America? What's up, my brother? Yeah, I've been super broke lately, man. But I'll tell you what, if there's ever a chance I could help, I will. You know, if I have it, it's God's money anyway, right? Okay, so I met you, Deb, in September. Is that what you're saying? I don't know how you know all this stuff. Do you want to come up here and talk about it? It's like you know all the when everybody met and everything. Something's going on. Are you an agent? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't even play like that. The other day, and I feel bad, right? I feel horrible. Shannon was talking about her singing, and she said no, Deb, come back. It was just jokes. I'm sorry. You are like very valuable to me. I was just like making a point of how much you know. Like it was a compliment. I'm about to say something else that I did wrong, right? That right, okay. Well, no. I get it, Deb. I get it, Deb. No, so like here's the thing, right? Like Shannon was talking about her singing. This is a different subject, and she said something about howling. Sounded like howling, and I made some kind of wolf in sheep's clothing comment. You know, because I think about things like that all the time, right? And so it's just what I think about all the time. And so I tried to joke, I tried to make a joke, and it wasn't funny. And it was in the public chat, and not everybody knows that I'm being funny or trying to be funny, and that I'm not funny. And so now I feel bad, right? I mean, Michael checked me on it, and I'm happy about that. Iron sharpens iron, and able to handle it. But it's yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard because maybe one person it is funny, and maybe another person it is funny. But if let's say there's 40 people in there, and because there's 40 something people in our Skype chat, which is where are all these people, man? They need to be over here. But 40 people over there. So every time I type something in there, all those people see my comment to you. And so if not everybody knows, how what our relationship is like, right? Like all the variables I know about your life and you and all that stuff, right? They might not think that I'm kidding, and then think that she was being a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is not, which is a bad thing, right? It's I should that shouldn't have been the first thing I thought of, but I'm always thinking about that because of when I trust God, right? So don't get me wrong on that, but I am always aware of like, okay, we got to let new people in here, and how are they going to affect other people, And so, yeah, you're right. Hey, you're right about that, Michael. You know what? Thank you. And we are running out of time. We are running out of time, and especially with the scriptures, we need to be serious about it. It's almost just like mocking the devil or whatever, that kind of thing. It's like, okay, however you process your pain over that, but in reality, we don't need to be we don't need to be trying to look like doing all the hand stuff and all that. So I get it, Michael. And so, oh yeah, you want to come on the show? Okay, it's cool. Yeah, I could do that. Why am I not good? Am I not good right now? Is the probably is not good on the show. I'm not doing the show good right now. But I do try though. I mean, like when it's just me and everything, I do try to like connect to everybody. But you know, I mean, I'm not really like a joke kind of person. I mean, I say funny stuff sometimes, but like I'm not good with saying jokes and all that, and I should know that about myself already. You know, yeah, you feel guilty right away, right? And you're just like, ooh, what did I do? You know? Have you ever done that? You said something and just like immediately cringe. You're like, oh, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Oh, but I was gonna say yesterday, right? And man, I really wanted to like message Jake and Stephanie before this show today. But man, my spirit was on fire last night, man. After the show, the Holy Spirit inside me was like, I mean, I don't know what I could have done. There was no limits. I've never felt like that much of my spirit, you know. And I felt it strong before, like, you know, many times, but I mean, I've really felt it strong last night, like probably stronger than ever. It's just weird, huh? Like, it's not weird. It's scriptural, I guess. Being like yoked with other people, right? To have the spirit. But it's like sometimes it's like, what a good feeling, man. The truth is, many Christian groups are being infiltrated by wolves, right? Which is exactly why I shouldn't joke about it, right? Because what if, you know, let's take it, make it all generic people and take all of us out of it, right? Let's say there was a group of people and I did call somebody a wolf and say they really were a wolf, but because I joked about it, it lost its sensitivity when I, you know, if I were to say it again, it loses its you know, you get desensitized to it, right? I put the link down there. Oh, okay. There she is. Hey Faith, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to the show.
I
Yeah,
didn't mean you were doing that or anything. I just
I
meant I'm
know.
I'm available.
That's cool.
How are
No, I
you?
was just like, so yesterday, this is the dilemma, right? Is I was
Yes.
joking in the chat box
Mhm.
because Shannon was saying that when she sings, she sounds like a howling wolf.
What?
Yeah, and I go, "Oh, a wolf in sheep's clothing," like I was trying to be funny, but it wasn't
Yeah.
really that funny. It didn't play off very funny in chat.
Uh-oh.
And so like I gotta just work on like not joking like that, you know.
People are gonna take things wrong all the time.
Yeah. And it says it says in the end times many would take offense, right?
Yeah. I've been dealing with hate online for 2 days, so it's like whatever.
Like what's going on? Who's after you right now?
Oh, nothing. This stupid person just like, oh, I don't know. I don't even want to go through it. It's just it's so dumb. And I'm like trying to be mature about it, but this person is just so hateful. I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's just I talked to Tom about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
And it's like not to pry, right? But let me explain something to you
No,
about
because like my first instinct is to be like, yo, F off, you know? But I don't want that to be my first reaction. Like I want to be like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way or something, you know, because I am. I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's just how it this is just how my channel goes. But my first reaction, my first instinct reaction is to be like, yo, F off.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I was holding myself back from just like cussing this person out. But then they just kept going. I didn't cuss them out. I actually just stopped like altogether, just interacting with them. I'm
So
like,
are
all
you
right.
more it sounds like you're more upset with how you reacted
I
at
am.
first.
I am. I'm very upset with my first instinct because my first instinct was anger. And so I'm like upset with myself for
But you know why?
I'm glad I didn't like speak out the anger, but that was my first instinct reaction, and I'm really upset with myself for having that because
Well,
there's gonna be hate, and
yeah.
I have to be able to handle it.
Well, Faith, I would say this: give yourself a little bit of a break, right? The anger comes because that's your way of protecting yourself, right? It, because you don't have to go through that a lot, right? You're a nice person. People are nice to you. This is like an odd thing for you to deal with, right? You're not fully prepared to deal with it. The anger is the first reaction because that's the thing that you grabbed onto to protect you. And
Yeah.
everybody can work on that. That's no big deal, right?
I mean, in a way, I'm a little proud of myself for not just for not my first like just lashing out and being like "f you,"
Yeah.
but but that was my first instinct reaction was "screw you. Why are you here?"
Right. But
But
is this a
I
friend?
didn't.
Is this a friend or just a troll?
Just a troll. I don't even know this person. This person doesn't know anything about me, and just keeps showing up. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah. And it'll never stop because you ban them, they come back as somebody else. And
Right.
yeah.
Like, why are you here? Go away. If you don't like me, go away.
Right. And see, like, and here's the thing, right? Like, uh, so I've been trolled by people, right? Even hurtful people that have known me, right, for a while. And, you know, 24/7 streams about me, all lies, all crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
that's the first thing people see is that this dude's mess, right? This is the key. This is the key for me, right?
Mhm.
Is that number one, pray about it. Number two, it goes away the minute you stop caring. There's no
Yeah.
power in it. They have no power. And by them attacking you, it actually creates sympathy for you. But like when your followers come and see that,
Mhm.
you'll even probably see that some of them protect you.
Well, actually, one of my subs did actually come to my defense. The other day, it wasn't 2 days ago. It was about last week. Um, this person said something really mean, and one of my subs actually was like, you know what? I try to be a very nice person, but seriously, go f yourself. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh.
Wow. But it feels good, huh? When someone sticks up for you a little bit,
It's
right?
like I didn't like the comment very much, but I liked that they were like because then after that comment they were like face a really sweet person. She doesn't deserve that. You shouldn't have been talking to her like that and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that's really sweet that this person doesn't even know me, never met me in person. It's just a
Yeah.
sub. It's just a regular sub, and defended me. I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
So that made me feel good.
Yeah, it does feel good. And so it shows you that there's like a lot about this, right? That is showing you like some of the value that comes along with. So yeah, you're getting the hate, and you're probably going to get a lot of hate just because of the content you have, and just because for every like one decent person, there's like 1,000 sickos on the internet, right? And
Right.
everybody's anonymous, right? And so picture this: there's some middle-aged guy comes home right from work or wherever he's right, sits down on the couch, goes to a channel that he hates to watch something that he hates, so that he can tell you that he hates you,
Right.
right? This is the guy's life, right? So
Like if there was a channel that I just could not stand, I'm not going to that channel.
and you know what? And here's the thing, right? Maybe it's a good idea to like, I don't know, like, see, I don't know the severity of it or anything. I don't know how far, if this guy's over the top or whatever, but or girl, whatever.
That's
But
guy.
it's sometimes it's like, so with me, right? Like with trolls, sometimes I
Mhm.
really depend on the trolls because it's really the only time I get to talk to like people that I know are lost, right?
That
Like,
yeah.
like just to give the gospel message.
That's why I my first reaction was anger and I did want to be like F off, but then I sat there and I was ready to type, and I was like, no, Faith, that's not really not how you should handle it. And so I did pray about it, and then
Good.
I said something, I can't remember it word for word, but I was like, I'm really sorry you feel that way, basically. And they said something else, and I was like, oh, you hate me? Aw, thank you. I was just trying to be like, I don't really care that you hate me, but I still value you because you're watching my video.
What, right. Well,
You're
here's the
still here. You're giving me views.
right, right. Well, there's this crazy thing too, like where sometimes you'll get trolled. I don't know. Sometimes, and it's just so immature, this whole world, right? But sometimes you might be getting trolled by someone that likes you, you know?
And
That,
I really
that,
honestly, when I went back into the comments and I read everything, I honestly think this person actually likes me, likes my channel as a channel, but
yeah.
just didn't like that one particular video. And so I'm like, should I delete the video? Because if I delete the video, I'm deleting all their hateful comments. I don't want to look like I'm suppressing speech.
Right,
So
and I wouldn't really worry about what it looks like either. This is your channel, you know. It's not a public place, you know.
right.
And so I try to leave the hateful stuff, right? Just because you don't like you're saying, we want to let everyone have their communication, right? We don't want to suppress anybody. But if
Yeah.
something's over the top and crazy or causing you grief, I mean, there's many times where I had a video and I'm like, oh, what was that the message that, like, if somebody say after the rapture or whatever clicks on my video, is that what I want people to see, right? Is
Right.
that what I want these left behind people, right, to see? Is this the message? And sometimes even if it was a good show, sometimes I'll scrap it, not because I'm mad about it or that it wasn't fun to do it, just it's not worth it,
Yeah. Exactly. It's not worth it.
the headache,
But
right?
this person didn't like call me the B word or anything like that. So it's like I'm not, if there
Yeah.
were like nasty names like that on there, I probably would delete it. But this person just didn't like the video that I posted. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just leave
Just
it there because
criticism.
I see this person is subbed to me and has
Yeah,
commented on other videos, but in a positive way. So
yeah.
I get the sense that they like me, but
Why don't
there was
why
just
don't
really hateful comments on this one video. I'm like, why did this video get to you like this?
yeah, and I'm not sure it really matters so much whether they like you or not, right? Like, I would just pray about it. I mean, as long as your relationship with God is right, it shouldn't matter what they think of you. You just do your videos the best you can. But this is another thing I was going to ask you, and this is how you can really find out and maybe even make a better connection with people that are subscribed to you.
Mhm.
Is have you thought about going live? Just like, once a day for like a half an hour or something like that. Just say hello to people and see how many people show up and how long you can hold an audience, you know, and say hi to
Uh,
everybody. Does that sound? Would you be too nervous to do that?
I feel like I would be.
I mean, I wouldn't. Like, here's the thing: if any of you guys wanted to do a live thing on your channel, I would go over there and help you guys do that. I would go on the show or whatever, get it started.
I feel like I'd be really nervous and I wouldn't talk right.
Well, I think you'd be good at these shows where like they explain memes, right? Like, oh yeah, look at this, I just saw this today. This is hilarious, right? Share it with people. 3 or 4 or 5 memes or whatever.
Oh,
And
that cut
then,
out.
did you hear me?
No, I heard part, but it cut out for a little bit.
Like, like you get like, I don't know, 5 or 6 memes or whatever, and then you're like, oh yeah, look, I saw this today. I thought this was interesting. Blah blah blah, right? And then the next thing, oh yeah, look at this one here. I could see you doing that, right? And then having conversation with people, like a morning thing or maybe even after my show.
I feel like that would be easier to do on a computer, but I don't have a webcam, so I don't know how to do that. Did I cut out or did
Go
he
ahead,
cut
I'm
out? Hey,
sorry.
Tiffany.
You feel like, hey, Tiffany. Hey, Streets of Gold. Did I say hi to Ann already? Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear your answer.
Oh, you cut out, I think.
Yeah,
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 or I cut out.
yeah.
I said I feel like it would be easier to do on a computer, but I don't have a webcam, so I don't know how I could do that.
Hmm.
I mean,
Let me,
I can go buy a webcam, I guess.
or you can just turn that part off, right? Like, and do Avatar,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Something
That
to
might be
think about.
easier actually if I'm like not on camera because every time I see my face on the camera, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like an idiot.
Right, because like I can go, okay, so I can go back here. I have these like layouts or something. Like I can take a picture and how do I do it? Like I can click on a picture and show it to the audience like that. You see that? I
Yeah.
can go, hey, look at my logo or whatever, and then not show it and then bring it back. So like if say like you have memes lined up, like, oh yeah, look at this one here. There's two guys in a boat and thought that was cute. Or whatever, right? Or something that's funny or I don't know. Look. It's just ideas or whatever. And then maybe you'll see that person again. And if it's a good person, right? It's just being like critical of your stuff, right? To letting you know they don't like it. Maybe it could be valuable to know them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of interesting to do. Like just have like a lineup of memes and show
Yeah.
them, maybe talk about it a little bit, and then show another one, talk about it a little bit,
Yeah.
and see what the audience has to say.
That would be cool, right? Like do like, I don't know, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, right? On and off,
Yeah.
don't, nothing crazy, right? And just see how, because I seen like I like the way Uncool does it, right? And she
Oh,
do
I
how
know,
she
me
does
too.
and she's talented. I don't know, just natural, right? Just a natural person
I
at that
know,
kind of
and it's
thing.
so crazy because she never thought about doing it until um after Jeff C passed, and then she was
Yeah,
like, you know what, we got to keep his legend going, and then she started doing it. I'm like, girl, you are so freaking good at this. Like,
it's amazing, huh?
why did you wait so long?
Well, you never know, right? Like you never know until you try doing something. Like I was a flat earther 3 years, right? At the time, and when me and Tom started this show, and I had no idea that me and Tom had chemistry like that. No idea, And I've tried to
Yeah.
put and I it was successful with Alex too for a while too, but like I've tried to do the show with many other people, and it's like we really didn't know what we had at the if we would have stayed together and just kept doing shows like that, who knows where we would be at if we just stuck to Flat Earth or something like that.
Yeah, I
I don't know
watched
how
an
big,
older one of you two, and I was stuck on it. I think it was um
episode 1, right? Where
yeah,
we were
yeah,
talking about the job. Like, so
yeah.
our first show together was when the shutdown happened.
Yeah, it was right when it happened. Well, not right when, but okay, that
Like,
was
I was
basically,
March.
yeah. And
Well,
you guys
no,
were
I don't
talking
know when
about
it.
it all.
Yeah, because it was right when basketball shut down. So it actually could have been like December of. Um, I think. Oh no, there were shows before that we did interviews. So like we started like I would say like 6 months before um
It was
the bug.
it was definitely a few months into it because you guys were
Yeah, this
talking.
one was into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I was like just stuck on it, just like listening. And I was just
I have
like,
a couple.
oh, they're
Yeah,
spot
like
on.
it's weird though that like it's not just like the material, right? Because I mean, we were just two guys talking, right? It was just weird how I knew when to talk, he knew when to talk, kind of thing. I mean,
Mhm.
I still run over people like on accident, or I'm not really good at like knowing when to. It's hard, right? If you work with somebody every day, then you know them,
Honestly, I think your channel is is the best at being polite and knowing when someone should talk and when someone should not talk, and talking over each other. You guys are like the most polite. Because I've been to
Yeah.
other channels and listened to them live, and they just talk over each other. They don't even freaking care, and it's like, yo, I wanted to hear that person talk.
Right, right, right. Well, I think this is what happens, right? Is that I think that there's a temptation, right? Let's say there's probably 5 or 6 people here that are, probably really good at talking on the show and could probably carry the audience by themselves. But when you start getting greedy in your mind, like, oh, I'll just add everybody, right? And then we can all just talk. When in reality, everyone get really should be presented differently, And
Yeah.
like some people are more of a conversation like we're having. Some people are more like an interview where I'm asking them questions. Some people are more like I'd kind of present them like as like they are like giving a lecture, right?
Hmm.
And so like a lot of people have uh, different personalities, and so I can only handle like 1 or 2 of you guys at a time, you know, to try to get
Yeah.
like. And you're right about that, like letting people talk or whatever.
I've been on other lives listening, and they'll have like 3 or 4 people on, sometimes 5, and they all just talk over each other. Like they have to talk. They have to talk. It's like, aren't you on here to hear your friends talk too?
Right, right.
I mean, I don't know. I like to hear Steven talk. I don't want to talk over him because I want to hear
Right.
what he has to say. It's
That's
like,
funny.
to me, I honestly, I lose interest and I leave because I don't want to hear 5 people talking over each other. And yeah,
Yeah.
they're all saying pretty much the same thing, but they're all talking over each other. It's just static in my ear and I can't stand it.
What about what about like I like sometimes I like channels where they have like a good show format. They got people with like good voices and stuff, right? And then like the subject matter is just drama. What did so and so do to you the other day? Did he dox you? Or did this so and so put a picture of like, I don't know, your high school prom or something out or something? And it's like, okay, you guys are just basically clowning each other and talking about it. Like, what about like we need to expose these elite people, man? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, yeah. There's a few channels that I am still sub to them, but I rarely watch their stuff because
Hello?
I don't like that, because that's not where we shouldn't be here to hate on other channels. We should be here to expose these pieces of crap that
Yeah.
are,
Share the
are stealing
gospel.
our money, racking up gas prices, and who knows what they're doing to children. I'm not here to hate on another channel.
Well,
That's your channel. God bless
we,
you.
we should be praying, right? And we should be saying a clean gospel message, right, to everybody that doesn't know it, that knows that they could be saved today and forgiven, right?
Right.
Because Jesus sacrificed himself for all the sins of the world, even
And
if.
that was one of my comments. I was like, I said, what does it matter if my screen is cracked? It's about the message I'm trying to put out.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that was the main thing was, ooh, cracked screen. Like, I don't
yeah.
who cares if my screen is cracked? It's about the message I'm trying to put out. Shannon.
Okay. Oh,
Shannon,
was it
we love it when you
Shannon?
just start. No, not Shannon. I'm saying,
Uh,
Shannon, we love when you blurt thoughts out.
Notorious for interrupting, just blurting thoughts out. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard, right? Because life teaches you that, it's weird because the mainstream and the world and teaches you need to love yourself and love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And like, there's an element of truth to that if you don't have the Holy Spirit, right? There's people that are uh, bringing like psychology, cut off people that aren't helping you in your life, that kind of thing. When
Mhm.
the message from Jesus is contrary to some of that best life now thinking, right? Where it's like, okay, I got to forgive somebody that's really testing me like over and over and over again, making me look like a fool, right? and
Mhm.
I'm forgiving that person over and over again, because it's not about my happiness here, right? It's about me getting them to understand that there is another place that God fixed for us that will be perfect. And my life is now dedicated to getting them that message, right? And so it makes it hard, because the world teaches you that, like, okay, well, the world teaches you you're supposed to be relatively happy and enjoy your life, and you know, achieve things, and you know, have trophies, and there's nothing wrong with some of that, right? But it's like it's the truth and what's really going on, right? I mean, the truth and the narrative are two way different things, and they are screwing with our minds, you know.
Yeah,
And
they're completely different. Like this world teaches you to lay up treasures on earth, but we know we're not supposed to do that.
yeah, we're ready for the next level. We got to take care of our kids, take care of our family, get them the gospel message, and everybody that doesn't have it. Try to forgive as much as we can, right? And roll to
Yeah.
the next level with God, right?
Prayers for your dog, Michael.
Absolutely, purse for your dog. What happened? You got a little dog? Oh, what happened to Tom's dog the other day? I was so worried.
What do you mean?
Like, we were okay. So me and Tom were. I think it was yesterday.
Oh yeah, he said I have to go back and rewatch it because he wants my opinion on something. I missed a lot of that show though.
Oh, so he was. We were just talking. Everything was cool, right? And then
Mhm.
the dog started barking, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta go," right? And I could have left
Huh.
him on, like, you know, just left the microphone on. But I was thinking, well, if something happened to his dog, you know, what if he says something, curses or something? I don't want it, you know. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'll just, you know, click him off, so that way, if he's dealing with that, because that could be personal, right? With your animal gets hurt, and I didn't know if
Yeah.
something happened to his dog, or if the dog attacked someone else, or if I don't know what happened, but he had to go abruptly. But then it
Yeah.
was a
Well, I
pretty good
text
show.
him. I texted him this morning. He texted me back. He didn't say anything about his dog. So that Illuminati puppy was probably just being rowdy.
That was the first picture that I saw of Tom. Right, was he sent me a picture of the dog. He's holding the dog, and the
Yeah.
ear of the dog was on his eye, over Tom's eye. And so Tom's eye was covered by the dog's ear, you know? I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I'm like, I can't have that up there. Like I said, you have to fix that. And then he like moves the picture over like 1 centimeter. He's like, oh, is that better? Like, what do you mean is that better? That's not better. I can still see everything the way it is. It's horrible. You
It's so
know?
funny because when you see it, you can't not
Yeah,
see it. So
I
even
know.
even when you see it in innocence, you're still calling it out. But I
Yeah.
mean, I use
Yeah,
it
but I
I
mean,
use it jokingly. Like I'll
well, here's the
say,
thing. If you
"Oh,
can
Shannon
avoid it,
Shannon has Illuminati chicken." It's just a joke, but it's just I don't know. When
right,
you
but
see
it's
it, and you
like,
can't unsee it.
it's like this. If you could avoid it, then avoid. Like if I can avoid it, I avoid it. Like if I won't put a one eye picture on my thing.
Right,
And
right.
if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Steve, there's like this occultic thing on your video," I would look at it, and
Hmm.
if it's something that I could like remove, I'll remove it. You
Well,
know,
like
like I don't see a problem with that. Like
there
I'm
was
not one of
something
those.
going around, and this was a couple years back. Something going around on Facebook. This was when I was on Facebook, and people were posting pictures where they were doing and I'm just gonna say what it is, the 666, but it was twisted, turned upside down over the one eye, and it was like, can you do? They were saying, can you do this? And it was your hand, but it was making the 666, but it was turned upside down and in a way where it looked very difficult to do. And I did a video, it wasn't a video, it was a picture. And I was like, yeah, I can do this because my nephew did it. And he was like, can you do this, anti-faith? And I was like, yeah, I showed him a picture. I was like, yeah, I can do it. As soon, literally, the moment I posted it and tagged him in it, I felt so guilty. And I was like, there's
Yeah,
something wrong with that picture. I'm like, yeah, just open the door.
yeah.
I felt
Well,
Instantly, I felt
and
bad
not
for it,
only
and I
that,
deleted it.
well, it's like it's not only that, right? Because like I understand doing something, right? It's like, look, everything belongs to God, right? I get that, right? But it's like if I can avoid it, I will. If it's something that I could
Hi,
change
baby.
or fix, right? Okay.
Hi.
But like I think about it like this, right? Every single like abusive person and sick Satanist and they're all doing it. And I don't want to have a picture where I look like them,
Yeah,
And then
that's exactly
also
right.
it's like since they're so quiet about their like brotherhood and or whatever they do, right? Sisterhood, evilness, right? That's like one of the only ways that I can tell the difference between us and them, right? And it takes away our advantage
When I
of
did
that
that, when I
when
did
we
that
do.
picture, I did not know anything about
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah. I have
Freemasonic
pic-
crap or anything.
I have pictures that look bad too. I have one with I have a black and white. I have a white shirt with a black jacket next to a brick wall. And I'm like,
Confirmed.
what? I'm like, I know, and I'm not in the no thing. I mean, I don't know, it's Masons or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, it looks exactly like one of those things. And so, yeah, I would never use
Yeah,
that picture, right? Even though the intention was never there, I still
right.
wouldn't use it, you know?
And that's what's messed up about it is it's like they do all this stuff, and it's like when you do something and it's completely innocent, then you go back on it like a year later or something like that, and you're like, oh no, I look like I'm one of them. I don't want to look like one of them.
Right, but that's life, right? Like you say you grow up and you look back to something you did when you were a teenager and you regret it or something. That's
Yeah.
just normal life, right? We all grow and you look back and you're like, I could have done better then. But
Yep,
yeah,
Shannon confirmed.
no, but I like what Deb is saying, and this is true, right? Like, especially when you're in the truth community, it only goes two ways once you know the truth, right? You either glorify God or you glorify Satan. That's it. Like once
Simple.
you know
Yeah.
the truth and the narrative and all that stuff, there's only two ways to go. You go to Jesus or you go another route and glorify Satan. That's it. It's two things off and on. It's not duality. It's not a balance. It's not a little good and a little bad and everyone needs it. That's not the yin and yang or whatever. It's the light is on or it's off. You got the Holy Spirit or you don't. God is all good all the time. And when we're near Him, it's going to be good. It's going to
Right.
be
Yeah.
freaking good, you know. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Is like I never thought about it like that. I always thought there was like a balance, or you have to know the bad to understand the good, or something like. And all that made sense, right, in my head, right?
Hmm.
But I'm like, can you imagine if you're around like so God is all good all the time? Can you imagine what that's gonna feel like? Because our bodies even have to change just to be able to handle His glory. His glory is
Right.
too much for us, and so we get to have some glory on us too.
Right. Yeah. Can you
It's
imagine that?
amazing. It's so amazing, man. I can't wait.
I don't know. I'm in awe of that. Like it just that blows my mind to think of.
Hey, Lady Love, how you doing? Kylie's here to visit.
Hey, lady love.
Yeah.
I think she
And
had a show, or it was either earlier or it was yesterday, and I missed it. Sorry about that. I don't always. I actually never comment on her lives, but I do catch them. Did we lose you, Steven? What happened?
does she have a show?
Oh, there you are. I don't know what happened.
No, it's when the sound starts to robot, I can tell like a few seconds before it's gonna happen. And
Mhm.
if I pop out and pop back in, it won't happen. So I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
prevent the chat from having to hear that.
No
But
one
yeah,
likes
like
Robot Steven.
well, whenever she has like a stream, I always pop in to say hi at least.
I probably should comment.
Well, sometimes people like that, right? Like if I'm having a chat, I mean a chat that's like 45 minutes long or whatever. and someone really is, you know, they don't really want to stay for those shows. They're not really feeling it right, but they just come in and say hi for like a minute or so. That means a lot to me, you know, because it's like, wow, you,
Yeah, I guess I could see how that could like, because I see Bubba do it, and it's always so good to see Bubba, and we know he can't stay, but it's good to say hey.
yeah. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to
Rusty
hit the old
snail,
dusty trail, the old rusty nail.
Rusty nail. Thank you
And
for
so,
having
thank
me on.
you. Thank you so much, Faith, for coming on. I'm grateful again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. Please pray for the children and anybody being victimized at this point. Pray for each other, anybody, anywhere, you know, in any kind of danger. And I will see you guys at 5 p.m. California time. God bless you.
Love y'all.